Years ago, we focused on hurricane season 2018. But for safety break, we're focusing on hurricane safety here, so that way y'all can be prepared for evacuations, for all evacuations. We'll get to the evacuation part in just a minute. But we start with something we have not dealt with. That is hurricane insurance. Hurricane insurance. The actual definition of hurricane insurance goes as follows. Hurricane insurance is typically a combination of flood and windstorm insurance, which covers damages caused by winds such as from hurricanes. But to be prepared, you gotta start. But in order to get that, what you have to do is prove to your insurance companies that your house was damaged because of a hurricane. Take a look.
Thanks so much. We may be in hurricane season, but the reality is that many people are not prepared. And that's especially true when it comes to insurance.
Tonight, our Alexis Scott shows us how to properly insure your property, especially when there's flooding.
Flooding during a storm or hurricane is something a lot of people in South Texas expect. But expecting flooding is different than being prepared for it. Do you have wind or flooding insurance?
I'm not really sure if I do or not.
No, I just have wind damage insurance, and I don't have flooding because we're too far inland.
Before a storm hits, make sure you're prepared by doing a home inventory.
Don't have any insurance surprises. One of the coolest things to do is a home inventory. Just take your phone, walk to your house and talk about what you have. Take that camera, take a picture of the back of all your electronics, get the serial number and all the models and the names. So if you do have an insurance claim, it'll make it so much more seamless.
Outside of protecting your valuables, you also want to speak with your insurance provider about obtaining flood insurance, especially if you're in a high-risk flood zone.
There's really not much difference between having 4 inches of rain in your house or 4 feet. It's a mess. The entire Nueces County is in a flood zone. Some are in affordable flood zones. It's not terribly expensive. Some are in a very expensive high-risk flood zone, like on the island.
But keep in mind, if you don't already have insurance when a named storm is on its way, some providers will not allow you to get insurance or make any changes. This goes for home insurance, auto, and flood insurance. Also, remember,
with the flood policy, it has a 30-day wait. So you have 30 days, and if you want it today, June 2nd, then if you signed and paid for it on June 2nd, it doesn't go into effect until July 2nd.
in addition, if you have made any renovations to your home recently, you may also want to adjust the amount of your coverage to reflect the additional value of your property. All in all, you want to make sure that you're aware of what's needed before Mother Nature shows you. Hurricane season lasts until November 30th. In Corpus Christi, Alexis Scott, Chris 6 News.
All good information right there. And for everything you really need to know this hurricane season, take out your smartphone right now. Scan that QR code that you see right there on your screen. It's going to direct you to our website with all that information. You can also watch our hurricane special, Plan, Prepare, Survive.
And if you missed it on Tuesday and don't have access online, you have another chance to watch Plan, Prepare, Survive this Sunday at 10:30 p.m.
Which we're going to be talking about throughout this special. Because really, a lot of times when we're dealing with hurricanes, and this is a common sense law, we did this with Throwback Thursday. Let's go into evacuations. Evacuations are for your own good. If they tell you to evacuate, it may be a strong word, but you need to do what they tell you to do. Do not say, oh, leave me behind, blah, 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 so and so, this and this. No. What you need to understand here is the fact that, oh, this hurricane's bad. It damages cars. It brings in water. It brings in flood. I gotta do the right thing and evacuate. How stupid you have to be to play PlayStation in a freaking hurricane for your favorite YouTuber, Bang Jam. Years ago, Bang Jam did a challenge to where you had to play PlayStation in public. I was the first one to talk about it on this very broadcast 6 years ago on our very first episode. And even a freaking stupid reason to be doing that is to be playing in a freaking hurricane with winds. You're gonna get electrocuted. Even in a freaking shower. You're gonna get electrocuted. Want to jump that control? Like that. So common sense would tell you that evacuations are for your own good. Still ahead, more of our hurricane safety from Katie Jeffries and from the weather team. As our special Safety Break special hurricane safety continues. Stay with us. I showed you some driving me crazy videos from Katie Jeffries to where she talked about hurricane season. As we continue our special, I thought I'd show them to you again. But from common sense perspective, the purpose of this is for educational purposes. That's the purpose of common sense. Because like we talked about, evacuation is for your own good. There may be some things she's not mentioned before. So here's Katie Jeffries.
Guys, it is the start of hurricane season. Yay! If I hear the words cone of concern, I think my eye will start twitching. The last 2 seasons have not been good to us. We had Matthew and then Irma. So whoever said Jacksonville never gets hurricanes, you are full of So I'm actually doing these videos from a different car because my last car got destroyed in Irma. R.I.P. Babel in Malibu. It's fine. It's not like I'm still bitter about it or anything. So if you're gonna get ready, let's just do it now. Because the last thing I want to see is when people wait until the last second and then suddenly you can't find food or water anywhere. The poor guy at Publix, when he brings the water out from the back, it's like a scene from Braveheart of people just like storming the aisle trying to get to that water. Just do it now and you don't have to worry about it. Because when there's a storm coming, people are like, where are the eggs? Where's the milk? I need bread. What are you guys doing? Are you making French toast during hurricanes? Like, I don't get it. Just go get some canned goods, get some like Chef Boyardee or something, stock up on some water, and like you're fine. Just put that away in a closet and don't worry about it. And while we're on the subject of hurricanes here, evacuations are for your own safety. But if you mention evacuations, people at the beach are like,
I'm not leaving.
I'm not leaving. Why? You're on your own. If you stay, you're on your own. And like, don't get me wrong, I love the beach. But then it's like the storm is upon us and everybody flees across the intercoastal to take refuge over with the townies. Just leave when they tell you to leave. And please be nice to the meteorologists. They are seriously doing the best that they can. It is science. They can't just predict the future. If you can predict a storm perfectly, 10 days out, you know exactly where it's going to hit and what time, you are a sorcerer, and I want you to come work for us. But seriously, the motto I like to live by is, unless Deegan is worried, I'm not worried. Because Tim Deegan has been tracking hurricanes since before most of us were even born. The man knows what he's talking about. If I see him get concerned, then I will get concerned. But until then, I'm not panicking. We're Floridians. We've seen this before. It's not like a freak blizzard or something. We have hurricanes that happen. We're a peninsula. We're just hanging out there in the ocean anyway. We can handle this. You know, the rest of the country pokes fun at us because, you know, we have gators that sometimes show up in our backyards and we have some kind of crazy news stories that happen here. But if there is one thing that we do know, we know hurricanes. We can do this. I believe in you.
And like people say, evacuation is for your own good. And nobody gets it. Here's the second one.
Hey, we got a first timer down here. It is the beginning of hurricane season. I know a lot of people moved to Jacksonville in just the last few years. Stop clogging up our roads. So I know a fair amount of you watching this have never been through a hurricane. I've been through a bunch. I look like a wet rat in all of them. But if this is your rookie season, this one's for you. First of all, don't believe people who say, hurricanes never hit Jacksonville. First of all, false. People told me that all the time when I moved here, and Matthew, Irma, and my flooded car would like a word. So starters, make yourself a kit. You don't need to overthink this. Get yourself one of these. Something waterproof that seals. Put some food in it. My personal favorite, Chef Boyardee. You can judge me all you want, but after eating granola bars for days, there's no power, and you are hungry as hell, this tastes like a 4-star Michelin meal. Stock up on snacks, because when the power goes out, you have nothing to do but sit around and eat. Go get yourself some jugs of water, because right before a storm, people storm the aisles like Braveheart, fighting over pallets of water. Oh, and you might want to stock up on a few adult beverages. I'm not saying you need to drink to get through a hurricane. I'm also not saying that. Next, make copies of all your important papers and your insurance papers. Then take your phone, go around and film your house like you're on MTV Cribs. Trust me, you are going to want this video when you have to fight with your insurance company. If you hear nothing else from this video, I need you to know these 3 things. Where you live on a map, the county in which you live, your evacuation zone. None of these 3 things should be hard, but you would not believe the calls that we get into our newsroom if there is a storm approaching. Carol calls because she wants to know if it's going to rain at her house and should she evacuate. Well, first of all, Carol, yes. If it's a hurricane, it's going to rain at your house. It's going to rain everywhere. Should you evacuate? I can't answer that for you. Does it normally flood at your house when you get a heavy rain? Is there a medical reason like an oxygen tank that you're going to need power? Do you live in an evacuation zone? I can't answer the phone calls anymore that come into the newsroom because I feel like freaking Jerry Maguire.
Help me help you.
Seriously, know these 3 things and it will make your life a lot easier. Quick edit, I realized I forgot a couple things. Importantly, if you have a pet, you need to make a plan for them too. If your plan for your pet is to just leave them behind and wish them the best of luck, you need to start finding a new home for your pet because you don't deserve them. And yes, I know that wild animals have survival instincts, but do you think Fifi here has ever had to struggle for a day in her life? No. She doesn't know how to survive a hurricane any better than you do. So take them with you. It's a non-negotiable. And if you're gonna ride it out, make sure you plan on having food and water for your pet as well. Also, don't tape your windows. I don't know who started this nonsense, but this doesn't do anything. If you are actually worried about your windows, board them up. Cool? Alright, back to your original video. I could go on for days, but this should get you started. To summarize, hurricane season is as Florida as a python eating a gator. It's just a fact of life down here. It's something we live with. If something serious kicks up, I promise we will be here with you to get you through it. But until then, you don't need to panic. Think of this as your rookie season. And for the love of all things Florida, know your zone.
And please be nice to meteorologists. If you live here in Corpus Christi, be nice to Alan Holt.
Hey, we got a
Be nice to Dale Nelson, Bill Alexander, Stephanie L., Alan Holt, Crystal Wella, and Carly Smith. They are doing the best that they can ever. Do not say them, oh, you told me there was going to be no hurricane here in Corpus, and then we got blah, 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 blah. And if you're going to sit there and say, well, we never had hurricanes in Corpus, first of all, shut your damn mouth. Second, Harvey, Hannah, and my Hurricane Harvey song want a word with you. If you live in Texas, we have hurricanes in Texas. I witnessed a hurricane. I would show you the story, but I ain't going to. I don't want to put y'all in jeopardy here. Ain't gonna wanna. More hurricane safety when our Give Me a Break Safety Break special continues. Stay with us. As our safety break special on hurricane safety continues, there's a lot of tips you need to understand. Preparation. You need to prep before a storm hits. And if you're going to be traveling to different states and then coming back, you need to make sure you watch the weather. Watch the weather every day so that way you'll know. Now you know there's going to be a hurricane coming in Kansas. You've got to understand because of what's happening. I'm going out of state to Kansas, so I want to know if it's going to rain at wherever I'm at. That's why we have common sense for you to watch the weather. Other tips for you to understand, like you need to board your windows. Do not tape your damn windows. If you tape your windows thinking, I'll hold them. Did somebody write stupid on my forehead? Because I guarantee you write stupid on my forehead, I might as well do this. There, that'll hold them up. Oh no, the glass! And don't even freaking think about holding up taping toilet paper. Toilet paper ain't gonna hold.
When the waves swell, the wind blows, and rain starts to pour, you'll ask yourself, how prepared or unprepared are you? Did you board your windows? Protect your home? Secure loose objects so they won't blow away. Bring large items in and low items up. If you're properly prepared, it will help in a big way. Does your family have a plan? Do they know what to do? Is your emergency kit packed, waiting by the door for you? Just because you're not on the coast doesn't mean you're okay. Heavy winds and flooding can wash things away. When a hurricane is near, you need to stay safe. Turn on the radio. Wait for updates. Only leave your home if told so. Grab your bag and go, go, go. Now, if you're home and the heavy wind blows, get away from the windows, watch out for flooding, and protect yourself. You may be without power for a couple days, but your emergency kit should help you to stay. Once the storm is gone and it's safe to go home, be cautious of what's going on. If water's in your path, you have to turn back. Dangerous electricity and things you can't see can hurt you very badly. So before the waves swell, the wind blows, and rain starts to pour, get prepared, make a plan, and protect yourself each and every way. America's Prepare-a-thon. Be smart. Take part. Prepare. Get started today. Go to ready.gov/prepare.
Here's another one.
For centuries, there have been
on the lookout, and of course we're tracking Hurricane Joaquin, and this morning we are telling you how to stay safe during a hurricane, including one thing that a lot of people do when a storm is coming that you really shouldn't. ABC's Clayton Sandell is at Underwriters Laboratories in Chicago with more on this. Good morning, Clayton.
And good morning, Lara. We are here at the UL Labs just outside Chicago. They've been nice enough to fire up their cannon for us this morning to help us demonstrate one critical way to protect your home when the worst storms strike. Millions of people are bracing for impact.
Oh my God.
As Hurricane Joaquin churns north and flooding threatens the East Coast. Stocking up and buckling down, all part of the exhaustive process of making your house hurricane safe.
I needed to get a generator in case we lose power for an extended amount of time.
The biggest threats to your home, wind, water, and power. During a violent storm, winds can gust to nearly 160 miles per hour. With debris and projectiles swirling all around you, your home's most vulnerable points are the windows.
When the envelope, as we call it, of the house is breached, and the envelope is the walls, the doors, and the windows of a home. If it's breached by flying debris, the wind can force air into the home, could blow out other windows or doors. It could even take the roof off the home.
So what to do? First, that old advice, tape your windows. Experts say don't. Watch as we shoot this 9-pound 2x4 at taped up glass. It tears right through. Experts say boarding up with plywood works better. But the best? Impact-resistant glass, built to withstand winds up to 200 miles per hour. The next step, keeping torrential rains and floodwaters out. As little as an inch of water can cause mold. Sandbags and berms are common sights along the coast, but even inland, sealing up the tiniest cracks with simple duct tape could save a home from total destruction.
Once water enters your home, it can cause problems simply because water and electricity do not mix.
And remember, being prepared doesn't
doesn't end when the storm passes. Fallen trees and downed power lines are dangerous, sometimes plunging entire cities into darkness. After Superstorm Sandy in 2012, some residents were without power for an average of 6 days. Then there's staying connected. Experts say invest in backup power packs for your cell phone and laptop, even a solar charger for as little as $30. Okay, so here is the reason experts tell us you do not want to tape up the windows in your home. We're going to fire this cannon right here on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. And you can see what happens. We taped up this window, and you get these very large shards. Compare them to these. These are from a window that was not taped up that we broke earlier. This is from the window that we actually taped up. You definitely do not want these flying around your home. Lara?
Yeah, definitely not. Clayton Sandell, thank you. That was surprising and slightly alarming.
Great alarming. And speaking of alarm, common sense alert. Like we talked about, you need to board up your windows. Taping them ain't going to do a thing because you're going to have glass when you sleep out here. You're going to have blood on your pillows. So the best advice ever is to board up your windows or invest in glass that is bulletproof and can withstand winds under over 200 miles per hour. That's the best thing you can do. Also, another safety tip is to stock up on food beforehand. Get a generator. Get a generator. I think the cheapest generator ever. I mean, you can get them for like $200, $300. Get a generator saved up, or if your neighbor has one, borrow it from him. What if he needs it? If he has a backup generator, and he'll let you borrow the backup generator. If he needs it for him, then okay. And if you stay, you're on your own. If you're advised to evacuate, again, you are on your own. When we come back, the emergency bag, what you need to have in your bag when you're prepared for a hurricane. Stay with us. In 2011, Channel 3, KIII TV3 was doing a hurricane kit giveaway. I was the one that won that thing. In that thing were a bunch of goodies that you need to do to prepare for a hurricane. You got yourself a TV, you got yourself flashlights, first aid kits, so-and-so, this and this. Well, exactly, that's what you need. Backup batteries, water, a first aid kit. In that thing, what you need to do is to make sure that you are prepared when it comes to hurricanes. So if you have the hurricane kit or a hurricane survival guide, what you need to understand here is if you have that kit with you, you can protect yourself. You can be safe. I witnessed my first hurricane back in 2017 when Harvey hit. That was during our first season. I wanted to do an episode right away, but I figured I didn't want to get involved. I didn't want to put this out on. I didn't want to do it, so it was my very first. Now, what you have, so now the thing here is, if it's flooded, I don't want to get into much. I probably can't even speak today. Here's something for the we're trying to be prepared for hurricanes.
The tropics have come to life. A storm is threatening. The clock is ticking. It's time to take action. We're just 48 hours out. A hurricane watch is imminent or has just been issued. Get your car filled with gas and make sure you have plenty of cash. And now's the time to check your evacuation kit. Make sure you have a few days of food and water and grab any last-minute items.
So here's the list. Water, that's your 3-day supply. Food, battery-powered radio, flashlight, first aid kit, extra batteries, a whistle, a phone charger, prescription medication, sanitary wipes, and most importantly, you need your insurance policies in case your house is flooded.
And check your insurance papers and other important documents and make sure they're up to date and saved electronically. Also, protect the documents that you are taking with you by putting them in a waterproof envelope. And don't forget to keep tabs on the forecast.
New models are just coming in, so be ready to adjust to any changes in the storm track or intensity. And remember that tropical storm...
The storm is growing stronger and getting closer. We're only 24 hours out. A hurricane warning is up. So finish securing windows and openings with shutters or plywood. Remove all loose items on your property and follow advice of local officials and evacuate if told to do so. Now, the outer bands of the storm are just coming ashore, and it's time to be at your safe location. Family members and friends, they need to know where you are, so share your plans. And remember, all your electronics need to be fully charged, because with a storm like this, let me tell you, the power, it could be out for days. And the weather's going downhill fast. Rainfall is upon us. Trees are starting to come down. Now's the time to shelter in place and ride out the storm.
Great advice. That's some great advice. So remember this. You need to make sure your electronics are charged. Your phone, your laptop. Stay up to date. If your power goes out, hop on that generator and continue watching the weather. Screw Smallville, screw Dr. Phil, screw your soap operas, screw your game shows. Get your head plugged into the news. Keep watching so that way you know when it's very safe to go back to the zone where you're at. And like Katie said, you need to know where you live on a map, the county in which you live, and your evacuation zone. If you know those three things, you need to know where you're going. If they tell you to move to San Antonio, buses are there. You need to move there at all times. It doesn't matter. I mean, you may say, oh, the hurricane won't hit near somewhere else, so we'll go evacuate there. False. It may hit there. You may not know it. But if your plan, like my plan was moved to my father's shop, it was like, the hurricane won't hit there. Let's just move to my dad's shop. We don't want to go to San Antonio. That's where the hurricane won't hit. If you know your evacuation zone, you need to know right away. That's what my family did. We were like, we can go to San Antonio. We're going to my dad. We're going to your father's shop. I don't care. So like, really, you need to understand. Because you're going to sit there and go, I got to stay here in case so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. Well, we understand that. So, yeah. We get it here. You need to be prepared when it comes to hurricane season. Here are 10 safety tips for you and your family.
10 ways to stay safe during hurricane season. Hurricane season is in full swing and won't end until November 30th. Before hurricane season ends, it's essential to know what you can do to stay safe when a hurricane approaches. In this blog post, we will discuss 10 ways that will help you in preparing for hurricane season. Prepare your home. Close all of your windows and doors and remove any objects that could become airborne during hurricane force winds.
Also, another thing what you need to do for your electronics, because water and electricity don't mix, what we did is get some trash bags. Get some trash bags, put it on your TV, put it on your electronic stuff in case the water hits. That way will probably protect the wires. Unplug everything. Make sure to unplug everything, and if you feel like the water has never touched the wires, you can plug everything back in. Now, as for food, do not wait till the last minute. Stock up on some canned goods. Chef Boyardee. That's a 5-star course meal right there. If you stock up a lot of those Chef Boyardees, you are a hero. That's a 5-star meal right there. You don't have a microwave? Plug your generator in the microwave. Bam. Baked potatoes. Perfect. So you're thinking about saying, well, I need to get prepared for the last minute. I need to get prepared. Well, you got stewing in your forehead because you were busy talking to your friends, hanging out with your friends, shooting some hoops, watching Smallville, watching your favorite YouTube, watching your favorite game show. What is hurricane season? That's correct. You pick again. Spin the big reel, Johnny. You want to buy a vowel, solve the puzzle. Quit what you're doing. If you hear the words evacuate, you need to pack up your crap and leave. If you stay behind, you are on your own. That's the whole key here. That's common sense. If you are told to evacuate, evacuate. Because those strong winds in that rain, because you want to stay at the beach. I mean, you want to stay at the beach and hide there. You're gonna get sand in your eyes, and you're gonna be blown away. And let me tell you, it ain't fun. Where's Johnny? He didn't evacuate. Find a plan. If people tell you, come on in, just listen to them. Stay in. Like if you can't find your parents and you need to find somewhere, in fact, when they tell you, come on, then stay with your friends. Homeless people. By the time a hurricane hits, all the homeless people are out there and they've already died, so that's why we need homeless shelters put in place for all the homeless people out there. Also, trim trees and shrubs around your home and clear debris of rain gutters and downspouts. Let's take a look at these from Paul Davis. So again, have evacuation in place for a family. Hurricane spell kits secure your property. Trim trees around your home, clear debris from rain gutters and downspouts, and secure or put away long furniture, grills, garbage cans, etc. Because those things can damage your home. But so that's it for the hurricane special. We had some other thing. I had a whole bunch of things, man. So that's it for the hurricane special. But we still got a lot more show going on. So we'll figure out something for you when we come back. Stay with us. Well, during the fourth season, we focused in on something that we all see. No outside food and drink. From what I understand, nobody enforces it. Just today, when I was at Parker Pool, I saw 4 people. One person brought Stripes. One person brought Papa John's and some chips. Another person brought Little Caesars. That is outside food and drinks. Outside food and drinks. Like if they have rules saying no outside food and drinks, this is what they mean. No McDonald's, no Taco Bell, no Jack in the Box, no Whataburger, no Subway, no Little Caesars, no Papa John's, no Hot Cheetos, no Arizona Tea or Monster. If you brought an outside food and drink, you will be asked to eat it outside, and especially no deliveries. Period. Here's a short clip. Here are a few short clips from Gravity Falls.
You stop! There is no outside food and drink allowed in the theater!
And then here's the second one.
A fun for all theme park. May I see your bag, please?
Sure, why not?
Well, we're forcing you to, so hand it over.
Alright, here you go.
Thank you. Sorry, no outside food or beverages allowed in this park.
What? But I got these from a vending machine for $4.25.
Well, we won't make money on food if people can just bring their own.
Okay, how much is food in the park?
This same bag of pretzels is available in the park for $5.
Come on, can I at least eat them here?
No, trash. Alright, let's see what else we got here. Sorry, no water is allowed either.
But it's just water. Don't you have drinking fountains anyway?
No, we avoid those so people can't bring in empty water bottles and fill them. That way they have to pay for drinks.
Can I buy water in the park?
Yes, but you can only get water or any beverage in our souvenir cup for $12. No refills.
Ugh. I spent $150 to get into this crowded park, and now I have to pay extra for water?
Yeah, good deal, huh?
No! Can I get in now, or are bags not allowed in the park?
Actually, I don't think your bag fits the 3x3x1 dimension rule.
Just let me in!
Hang on. Oh, you're so picky. Expecting water for less than $12. Sorry, you may not bring this hand sanitizer in the park either.
What is this, an airport? It's less than 3 ounces, and I doubt that you sell any.
Actually, I can sell you this hand sanitizer.
That's the one I brought with me.
Only $14.99 plus tax.
Thank you for watching this Coaster Con.
Alright, here is the third one. Security be like, no outside food and drinks.
Okay. Yeah. You good? Nice. Arms up. You good? I got a bag. Let me see that. You good? Next. Oh, no outside food or drinks, sir. I'm sorry.
What?
I thought that way. You got a cup.
Them niggas just walked in with guns.
No, I checked it myself. They're good. You got one in the cup or something? Or
The what? I'm not. No, I'm saying they walked in with guns and you stopping me for a water?
So I'm gonna have to actually get the line, put in the cup, or throw it away.
My friends out there can't come in.
Oh yeah, you got it. Yeah.
This nigga has a gun.
Oh, good. Hey, you got a bag? Let me see. You good?
Nigga, don't check this nigga bag.
Some water, sir.
No, I'm going in.
No, not with that water, man.
You stopping me for a water? There's fellas and criminals walking there to kill us.
You don't know that.
You know what? I don't even want to go in there no more. I'm not even feeling safe. Hey, when they light that motherfucker up, don't be mad at me.
And here's a commercial.
You know, they're never going to let you bring that in there.
I have a plan.
Hello! 2 tickets to this glorious cinema, if you please.
ID.
Oh. But of course, you flatter you.
Enjoy your movie.
Many thanks.
Come on, get in there. Don't you dare.
It's like this. I mean, like I said, Parker Poole. I mean, let me read you Parker Poole's post. It's not going to be saying. There's nothing to say give me a break too. It's just I agree with their rules. I never ever bring outside food and drinks. I never ever. There's a concession stand, and no one understands it. So they're like, I don't want to pay a lot of money for this, so I'll just go in and get some pizza. Son of a bitch. Let me read you the post. This is from 4 days ago. This was shared by Mr. Joe Kramer, who I plan on having a show soon, because he's the president of the Thought Students Council. And again, I may have him on soon, depending on his schedule. I may have him on soon. Swimmers who are under 18 must have a waiver filled out by a parent in order to come into the pool by themselves. Must be over 10 years old. It has to be done once. Then it is kept on file for the season. We have a concession stand. No outside food is allowed. Entry is free, but coolers are $10 to bring in. Okay. One person commented on here saying, can you explain no outside food, but $10 for coolers, drinks only, a separate picnic area? I replied with common sense. No McDonald's, no Taco Bell, no Jack in the Box, no Subway, no Whataburger, etc., and no deliveries. That means you cannot, like if you bring in Cheetos, you bring hot Cheetos to the pool, they're going to say, no outside food. They make you throw it away when you paid for it. Like, we get that you paid for it. Yeah, you paid for it, but they have rules like this to protect their business. If a business says no outside food and drinks, then no outside food and drinks. It's to protect the business. Restaurants are very strict about this because they want to protect their business. So if you sit there and say, movie theaters do something like this, and they're very strict about it, so you sneak in like candy and all that stuff. But I'm going to show you a portion of Morg's YouTube channel. Where he snuck candy into the theater. Just a small portion. So that's an example right there. One person got caught, the other person snuck in. That's when people should have realized that security needs to be looking out for more things, for everything. I mean, you can't bring a gun with you to the theater, but you can't bring food in, outside food and drinks. Schools with closed campuses are very similar to this because they do not allow outside food and drinks. Closed campus basically means that you cannot leave campus during the school day. I know it because I've seen kids bring in McDonald's, Whataburger, Subway, Burger King, Jack in the Box, whatever. Because they don't want to eat the school lunch because they say, well, it tastes like crap. I'll tell you, the lunch ladies work very hard to provide good, nutritious meals for every student every day. Few complaints, but those ladies work damn hard every day, and I support them. You are too. But we're getting on topic here. If you're going to a theater and you're thinking about sneaking food, don't do it. Remember the episode of the Boondocks? Or Die Trying? Robert Riley, Huey, and Jasmine go to the movies. They sneak in food under their coats. And no one notices. It's like sneak, 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 sneak. Ah, okay. And I was like, does this smell like gravy? He finds some food and drink! I'm telling him. Security! Someone brought food in, outside food and drink in here. He told me. Who's that? There he is! Joe! You got outside food and drink on you? No. Give me. Spread out your arms. Let's put a drink. You were what? You, and you. Leave now. I won't spend no $20 on food. Popcorn. It's like the movie theaters. Okay, here is the common sense perspective from Common Sense Alert. The whole reason why companies create no outside food and drink policies is to protect their business. That includes movie theaters and restaurants. You may say, well, I paid for it. Okay, here's Hell's Kitchen. In Hell's Kitchen, if you don't remember that show, it's Gordon Ramsay, contestants, food, blah, blah, blah. One of the customers was so fed up that they could win their food, they took matters in their own hands by ordering some pizza. And when Jean-Philippe saw this, he was like, I'm sorry, you can't get, by law you cannot. I have an education. I have a master's and doctorate degree. You have a doctorate. I have an education, sir. We're waiting on our food. There's no excuse or back. So the bottom line here is this. Outside food and drinks are prohibited. Period. No excuses. No exceptions. And if you're thinking about doing this, and if you're thinking about sneaking in candy in a theater, better watch out. We'll be right back. Here's a question for you. If you saw someone running in the middle of the street trying to get fit, and two idiots with a fishing pole going at Arby's hooked on the fishing pole, what would you do? Would you tell them, get off the road? Or would you while driving in them some drink? Would you call the police? This viral video from the Turners, Gene Ernest Jr., Fat Mike. I wouldn't call him that, but that's what he is. He just sneaks around the refrigerator. This is from years ago with over 1 million views. Take a look at this, see if you think it's funny. I personally think it is.
Daddy, you stick his ass out of that refrigerator now. Let's go. I need 30 pounds off your ass before we get to Evergreen. My food. I don't give a damn. You gotta get it. Come on. Oh, Mike, bro. All you gotta do is run. Come on, motherfucker. Got extra cheese and onion on it. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. All you gotta do is get the money. Don't give him nothing. No, don't give him nothing. Come on. He's working out. Let's go. That's crazy. Let's go. Thank you. Hurry up. Come on, Mike. I'm not giving you nothing to drink. Come on, Mike. You got this. I need 30 pounds off of your ass by the time we get done with this. They got extra cheese on them. I know you want these motherfuckers. Let's go. Let's go. If you want them, come get them.
Alright, let's look at the comments from this video. Because this has got common sense written all over it. One person says, imagine seeing this in traffic. LMAOO facts. I hope you're still running. I don't know what to do. Come to Atlanta, be funny. That's funny. I'm riding the reel. I'm behind them giving a different angle cheering. Yeah, it's legal. It's called getting in the way of traffic. He needs to come to Miami. I would be dying. Imagine you late to work and give your boss issues. Sorry, I was late because some guys in the back of the pickup truck were helping a man work out by tying a scooter, fishing rod, string, and 15 and doing 15 and a 30. Your boss would be like, really? Show him the video like this, and he'd be laughing his ass off. If I saw this on the street, I would have a heart attack for laughing so hard. I bet he won't go back to James refrigerator without permission. You crazy. That's crazy. These fools on the school crowd in the D, I would have been rolling had I been on the side of this mess. Now, common sense alert. Are you insane? Are you freaking thinking about getting a fishing rod, hooking Arby's to a freaking fishing rod, to a fishing hook, and then getting an obese person to get 30 pounds off their ass, and then making them run? Give me my food, man. Give me my food. My food, man. I don't care. I need 30 pounds off you before we get done. I'm trying here. I'm trying. You know what? Think. And then, think. Man, I'm tired. Yep, I'll get the picture. Yep, I'll get the picture. Okay, that's from the Turners. This has gotten 1.2 million views since 2018. The moment of the common sense here is don't be doing this. Do it on the sidewalk. Don't do it in a freaking truck. Can't help myself. I'd rather be doing that than freaking going to Kansas. If I were to just be like, hey Dad, can I borrow your fishing pole? What for? I'm gonna tie some McDonald's on your fishing pole and get an obese person to lose some weight. This is gonna be freaking funny. I'll get you involved in making you drive. You'll be like, vroom. I need 30 pounds off your ass. And then you reach for it. That's how you get them to fit. From common sense perspective. So if you're gonna do this, make sure you're on a sidewalk. Don't do it in a truck. That is illegal. I don't care if you go to jail. It is illegal. That's Give Rick for Saturday going to Sunday. We'll see you again for Give Rick Monday with pool safety. What you need to know. For everyone here at YouTube, have a good night. And concentration, not strength.